Okay, here we are, early Sunday morning. I finished my father's P90 yesterday and did the photos of it and all that, and did a little test to make sure it worked, but it didn't set it up. I usually let them set overnight, then I'll come in and I'll set them up. When you set up a guitar and you intonate it, you start from the 12th fret back, basically. The first thing I do is I tune the strings. I don't know if you guys can see the tuner up here, but can you? Yeah, okay. Tune the string. And I'm going to tune it G to G, so I'm going to tune this string to a G. Okay, the string is in pitch. Now we have to, the first thing you do is you check it from the 12th fret back. Don't worry about up here yet, from the nut to the 12th. Let's go from the 12th to your bridge. As you can tell, that's pretty dang spot on. It's a little bit sharp. So when it's sharp, you want to bring your bridge forward a little bit on that string. Tune the string again, check it again. Perfect. Just a little bit. That's good. Then go to your next string. And I never do this plugged in either. Turn that down just a little bit. I never do it plugged in either. Okay, we got a nice strings in tune. She's a bit flat, so I'm gonna pull it back. Just if you can hear a little bit of fret buzz in there, but we'll take care of that in a second. Okay, she's good. Go to the bottom string, tune that up to a G. Okay, the string is in tune. From the 12th back. Wow, don't even have to move that bridge, that saddle at all. Okay, then the next thing I do is I come in with my trusty little gauge and I check the action at the 12th fret. And it's got little things on the side here. You can either go thousandths or you can go millimeters. I always just go thousandths. And I'm setting this guitar up for a picker, and he likes low action. So I'm going to set it, I need to raise it up a little bit. Always have all your tools ready for you too. I mean, if you're not using a hardtail and you're using an adjustable bridge, you won't need all those Allens and stuff, but okay, I like that. Make sure your saddle is level. And you can't really adjust each saddle the same because the strings are different thicknesses. So really, in a sense, your low G is going to be the highest string, and then you just kind of step down if you want to keep the same string level off the fret. So we got to raise her up just a little bit. Making sure that the saddle is level, because if your saddle's out of whack, you will get some buzz. And it's from the saddle, it's not because of the setup or the action. We move to the last string. Oh yeah, she's got to come up a little bit. She looks good right there. All right. So once you get your action set at your 12th fret, then you got to come back in and tune it again, because it's going to move the strings. There you go. I know, I'm trying to get it perfect. Okay, so you set the intonation on the string from the 12th back. You got your action set where you want it. So go ahead and check your intonation again one last time from the 12th back. Perfect. 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 So we're good from the 12th fret back to the bridge. Now we go up to the nut. Now we got to intonate it from the nut down to the 12th fret. And I usually like about 20 thousandths at the first fret. So I'm just going to check and see how close we are. We're pretty dang close, man. That looks pretty dang close. And the way you check that is just put your finger down lightly. Don't press really hard because you'll bend the string off of your nut. If you're using like a piece of all thread or something like that, you just want to barely touch that string to the fret and pluck it. And you can see, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's a bit sharp. So I'm going to check this one. That one is damn near perfect. It is perfect, really. You know, let me move this over here and let's see if I can do this so you can see it close. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to do it. I'll probably have to bring it to you. But when you do that, you see how it's just barely sharp. It's almost perfect, but it's just a hair sharp. That's usually how I like them, just like that. Because over time, the nut is going to wear in from the strings going over it. So it'll actually work itself perfect over a little bit of time. That's perfect right there. I'm not even going to touch that one. And wow. Man, I got lucky. I'll tell you what, usually it doesn't happen like this. Usually I'm filing away. And that's the only one we're going to have to mess with is the low G, or the high G, whichever way you want to look at it. So, go ahead and loosen that up. And if you're using a piece of alt thread, it's probably just a matter of filing a little bit in your notch out to lower it a hair. I've seen guys even file on their piece of alt thread or whatever they're using. And I always use the StewMac bone files. You just gotta, and don't take too much off at a time. Just take a little teeny tiny bit. Doesn't take much. Go ahead and set your string back in there, tune her up again. This is actually going pretty fast. I've had some guitars taking me 2 hours to do this. But if you're paying attention to as you're building your neck and everything, and you're laying everything perfect, and you got the right amount of down, anyway, it makes it a lot easier to set it up. Perfect. That needs a hair more. It's almost dead on, but just a hair more. Make sure you grab the right file. check it one more time. Be a little finicky here. These strings aren't stretched all the way out yet. Okay, that's perfect. There we go. That's what I like. I like just green, perfect, and then just a smidge. I mean, sometimes you pluck and it's dead on. Sometimes it kind of bounces back and forth. That's the way I like it, just like that. So this guitar is set up now. I mean, like I said, usually this takes me a lot longer, but this one went really good. You can check your tuner as you run your strings. Perfect G. That's what you want. Yep. And then the last thing I usually do too is I'll check each fret. And just kind of, I'm checking for fret buzz. I mean, she's intonated all the way down to the 19th fret. A little bit of fret buzz right there. Might have to raise that action just a skosh more. Perfect. Perfect. We'll look at that low G here in a minute. But that's it. That's how you set up a guitar. And it's easy to maintain. Low maintenance doesn't mean no maintenance. So check your intonation and your setup every so often, because you know how guitars are. They like to change themselves. All right. Have a good one, guys.